Seconds and counting. 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
All right. Test. Bro, it's so hot. Uh, yeah, it's been a while. How's everyone been? I feel awkward now because I haven't streamed in a minute, so it's kind of weird for me to like talk to myself, kind of like by myself. So, uh, I think I'll just give it a minute or two before I start. So, uh, pretty much, I think the last time I streamed was like back in April, I think, or I don't know. It's been a while, but um, yeah, I haven't been streaming much because I was just busy, and I think really I've just been working on as you guys have seen, like releasing stuff. So I think since April I've put out that one track, Firefly, and then Test Run, which is like a short. It's more like a short project that I wanted to put out. I found it weird that like when I put it out, I guess Spotify would say it's a EP, but that wasn't really the intention I had in mind. It was more like I have projects I want to put out, so I just put them out. And then I made Firefly as well. But in that time, I haven't really done much, I guess. Like I have been producing, of course, but um, there's stuff I have to do as well outside of producing, so I haven't really had as much time um to just focus on that. And then streaming as well, that's its own thing as well. Plus, I'm also home, so I have responsibilities at home as well. So, but yeah, but enough about me. Today, I guess today I'm just gonna focus on breaking down Test Run, which I put out I think about 2 weeks now, and Firefly, which has been out for like it's more than a month now, I think. So, um, yeah, it should be interesting. I know people. I do appreciate the feedback. And like I guess you could say the reception people have given for both releases. And I've really enjoyed like hearing back from what people heard. But yeah, so today's plan, it's not gonna be. I'm hoping it's not gonna be a long stream. It's not gonna be that much production, but it's gonna be me just breaking down. Well, not breaking down, but breaking down songs, not breaking down. That would be another stream. That's for another time. But anyways, but yeah, so test run. I'm just gonna start go over it. So test run. I There's 4 tracks that I put out in test run. Burnout, Locked In, Pocket, and So Serious. These four are very very different, and that was kind of the purpose of me like putting that out. I don't want to sound like haha quirky, but it's different from like what I usually would put out, their usual style. So I think it was just a nice change of pace to put that out. And each track I guess is kind of like something new or something different I was trying with each track. I don't know if you've already heard it, but if you haven't heard the EP, I guess you would call it, just check my channel or any of my links, I guess. But Burnout. The first one is very cinematic, and that was what I was really going for. Um, yeah, I wanted to. Well, I was playing around with like just cinematic stuff, like how people make music and like trailers and like just really typical like cinematic stuff, kind of. And I wanted to kind of make something in that regard. So I was just like playing around, and I ended up making something of it. But like I said, like with Test Run, I feel like I didn't want to make each track full because I don't know, like sometimes it's just better to keep some projects like short and sweet, instead of just making a whole like 4 minute, 3 minute track on it. So I just thought it'd be just better to just do that instead. Um, but yeah, I can play start with Test Run to break it down. And now I'll go over like the tracks in order and then Firefly and then we should be done with the stream. But yeah, it is kind of nice to be at least back streaming. I don't think I'll be streaming much this summer. But yeah, we'll see. But here's Test Run, or sorry, Burnout. Nice. It's already lagging. That's weird. It lags because I guess I'm streaming, but I don't think it should be that bad. If not, I can just like break it. Hmm. Well, you guys have heard the song, so I'm just gonna break down like in different parts, not like the whole thing, I guess. I mean, you guys have, if you've already heard the whole thing, um, but yeah, I'll just play this part.
20 seconds.
Never mind. Okay, so I'll just break it down. So Burnout, like I said, it was kind of a cinematic thing. And I think how it started was with this sample. So with this sample, it's something I made originally. I think I sampled it from something else. It was like just I think it was a random instrument playing. And then I sampled that, and then I think I played a chord with it. I forgot what chord it was, but I put effects on it, and the effects were Porto, which I usually use, Kickstart for that LFO type sound, and then some EQing to cut out some frequencies. So pretty much, if I turn off Porto, Kickstart, and EQing, it just sounds like this, which isn't too different from what it would sound like normally, but yeah, it doesn't sound, or it kind of hurts your ears when you listen to it. And really, I think the purpose of Porto was to give it like a airier sound. In Porto, I have a favorite plugin that I use, or like a favorite preset, which is called Ambient Lake. And pretty much what it does is it gives sounds like a more ambient sound, you could say. So like, let's say, for example, the difference between I'll just solo this, but the difference between like this playing raw versus it pretty much kind of drowns it out. And I think it gives you kind of more headspace to go. But yeah, that's kind of why I added Portal to it, and then Kickstart to kind of give it, because usually with samples like this, when you sample stuff, and you want to kind of make it follow the beat or follow the tempo, what I usually do is I add Kickstart to it, playing maybe one bar, something like that, so that it kind of follows the tempo a little bit. Versus it just playing like solo by itself like this. So that kind of helps it. And then the EQ is just pretty simple, cutting out the lows to cut out those frequencies. So that's pretty much that sound. And the song is that complicated, but I think the more complicated part is this section. So after putting this sound on, I noticed, okay, that's weird, but I noticed that a lot of trailers have that like stupid, not stupid because I used it, but it's like it's a very like airy piano, and that's what it's something I kind of did. So yeah, it's a simple piano with like where is it? It's I forgot what channel. It's on 11. So on 11 I have Free Convolver, which is pretty much a fancy. Uh, nah, I didn't start yet. Well, I kind of did start. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Please tell me you guys can hear me, because if I've just been talking to myself for the past few minutes, I'm gonna jump off this second story. But anyways, um, Free Convolver, yeah, it's another reverb plugin. What? Hold on. Bro. Okay, I think you guys can hear me. I already started the stream. What are you talking about, Charlie? Anyways, so on the piano I have a really loud piano. And then I have a Reese bass, which is just a really deep bass, which I use a lot. And then I have like these strings, which I'll get into later, but this combination of and then it just goes down. right? And then you paired with this sound, you now have like a, I guess, something there. So like this. I don't know why this lacks my computer, but that's beside the point. And then I think that this is the interesting part. This one, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even remember making this, but I definitely did make this progression. Hold on. So what it sounds like, it's pretty much two strings playing, and the first one is a normal string, which isn't playing right now for some reason, and the second one is a cello, and playing that together, it's like, okay, never mind, that's not what it's supposed to sound like, but there we go. Very intense. And that what I did with this is not really that complicated. I'm not like a master as what's it called, music theory. In fact, I don't know any music theory, but I use my ear to listen to it. And I kind of wanted to start like a bass note, go higher, and then this chord kind of builds suspense, and then I brought it even higher, so now you have, right? So that's that part. And then it kind of just loops on. So this last note keeps playing to build tension. So now in this last part, before like the announcer or whatever comes in, it's like, like that. So that's that part, and then eventually it leads to this part. Why is everything lagging? Just ignore the lag at this point. But basically, so for this part where the announcer comes in, I'll just play it. So I pretty much ripped off like a NASA video, Apollo 11 launch, and I think originally it sounded like this. So it sounded pretty bare bones. I mean, not, it doesn't sound as cool as what I did with the, I gotta flex. But like this.
20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15.
Oh, and then that. But then I put some denoising to cut out, I guess, the noise in that.
20 seconds and counting.
This versus this.
T-minus 15.
There's an obvious difference. And then more EQing to cut out, I guess, the lows when I put the denoiser on. And then I put like a cool distortion kind of effect on it to give it like more, I don't know, say not really authentic, but a cooler sound pretty much.
20 seconds
so
and
this
counting.
is original and this is distortion.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12,
And then some reverb.
11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
So that's what I did. So I pretty much, the point of it was like, it was supposed to count down and then like, I guess, lift off. So it just fades into lift off. But then so with everything else, it kind of sounds like this now.
10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4.
My computer
3.
is dying right now. I don't know what's happening. But anyways, just ignore that. So the cool thing about this, I have to say, is remember this respace that I put in this part of the song? So this one. Right, one thing I noticed was when he said, or when I brought this to a much lower note, it sounded like this. Right, and then, so when he said,
Ignition sequence start.
so when he said ignition sequence start, and I put this in, it kind of sounds like an engine starting. And so like you have this kind of cool thing, which is really subtle, but I kind of put it in.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5.
Kind of like that. Just a cool thing. But yeah, that's that track. That's Burnout. Cool track, pretty short. But that's the first track of the test run, pretty much. You can go listen to it. Go listen to it on my it's on my YouTube. It's SoundCloud, Spotify, whatever. But that's Burnout. And then we have the second track, which is called Locked In. And then so this one, I actually remember this one I started on stream a couple months ago. So if people remember that, that's a cool detail, I guess. But I finished it in my own time, and then I was like, might as well. Now, one thing I'm hoping is I'm hoping this one doesn't lag because my computer it's just been acting up. Um, so if it lags, I'll just play individual parts again. Uh, watch it lag the moment I say that. I think I also know the reason why. I'm stupid. I remember why it was lagging. So the reason it's lagging is because I think I put something on the master. These things. But yeah, so let's listen to this one, or I guess part of it, so it doesn't lag. And but yeah, watch it lag. Huh? It didn't lag. Yeah, and I guess that's like kind of the general just the song. It's pretty chill. And then the second part is also kind of the same, but like I added like a fill or this thing, a vocal cha. I mean, honestly, I don't feel like playing the whole track because first of all, it might lag, and second of all, I feel like you guys can already hear the full thing already if you go check out the video. So I don't see the point in like playing the whole thing again, and it just wastes time. But I can just break it down. So when I started with this project, it was with this sample, someone playing a guitar, and I can turn this effects I have on it, but this is what it sounds like by itself. It's just pretty much the same thing. And then I put some effects on it. Right, so that's it. And then, so when I had that sample, the guitar sample, I put some chords on it, which sound like this. So it's a really cool synth if you want to check it out. It's guitar harmonics from Spitfire Audio. But so with that one, it sounds like this now with the sample. So and the cool thing about it as well is you can see like kind of the small like this automation thing is just me automating the reverb of it because one thing I did with this sample was I drowned it in reverb, like it's a lot of reverb, and that was kind of on purpose to drown out the guitar, kind of. But you can kind of hear it come in and come out as it's like going in, like the reverb. It's really subtle, but like it's like really airy, and then it just stops. So listen to it again. Like that, really subtle. But yeah, and then the next part is like a chorus, I guess. Right, and then so the drums are really simple. It's kind of like what you usually hear from my other stuff. Really, it's just I have like two. Actually, no, I have 4 kicks on there. 2 hi-hats, and 3 snares. Don't really focus on the number of stuff. Really, it's just layering to make it sound better. And then the processing for the kick is pretty simple. I this processing looks like whack, but that's just the way I do it. But I bring the lows kind of high, and then some saturation, uh, fresh air, which is actually free. Um, so fresh air is like a free plugin. It kind of adds like high end to stuff, and I wanted to try it out because I never tried it out. But I added some of it to the kick, and it kind of makes a difference in how the transient of the kick sounds. And then some EQing again to cut out some stuff. But I can kind of show you what the kicks sound like without fresh air and with fresh air. If you're a producer, you want to check it out. But this is what it would sound like. So without fresh air, it sounds like this. And then with fresh air, it's like without fresh air, with fresh air. I like people who like aren't hearing anything. I'm like, I'm sorry. But I can kind of turn it up to kind of exaggerate how it sounds. You can kind of hear it now. It's like more like thumpy, not thumpy, but like clacky. I don't know. I can't describe it. But anyways, but that's that. It's fresh air, and so that's the processing for the drums. Snare is pretty simple. I have saturation, some reverb, and then EQing as well. But that's pretty much the drums. And then I have a bass. So this part is like, oh, I muted everything by accident. Haha, silly me. And this part is the cool part. So in this part, I took the sample of the guitar again, and then I kind of messed with the volume of it. So once again, in this, I have an automation clip, and this automates the volume of the sample. And what I did was pretty much the parts where I wanted to exaggerate with the original sample, I turned the volume up and then brought it down, and then up, down, up, down, up, down. So it kind of sounds like there's another person playing the guitar or a different guitar, but it's not. And the another thing I did with this sample was that I pitched it all the way up, so it sounds much higher than this one. So this one, it sounds like, whereas this one sounds like, right? It's much higher. Like, so what I did with this one was it sounds like this. But then without automation, volume automation, it sounds like this now. It's really cool. And then if you turn it with the original sample, it sounds like this now. Like, it sounds like two people are playing different guitars, kind of. It's like layered on. Alright, so that's that part, which is pretty cool. And then, I mean, this project really, if I had one word to break it down, it would be a lot of just uh really good I don't know if it's good, but like a lot of sampling in this project. So, you know, most of it was just from this guitar sample. And then more chopping and sampling comes in this part. So in this part where it's like strumming, it's like imagine someone strumming it. That's what I imagine, at least. But it's like someone strumming the guitar like this. And that's just from the original sample from this. So what I did was I chopped it up. You can kind of see the cuts here. But it's like I chopped the first part and then someone strumming it. Like it's so weird, but like you can kind of imagine. It's like, and then cut and then chop it again to the end, and then strum it, cut again, and then to the end. And then another sample thing I sampled a lot in this track, but another sample I did was I took this sample again, and then I put it through some effects, so it sounds like this now. Sounds like really, really chill. And so with the strumming guitar, it sounds like. Right, and so that's that part. And I think I took this sample now, It's a lot of sampling, but um, I took that sample and then I made this sample. I think it's much higher than the other one. So now with this, the point of it was to harmonize this one. So now it sounds like this now. Oh yeah, so that's that part. But it's just a lot of sampling. So then I used guitar, guitar VST, and then I put Quadravox on it. Quadravox is a frequency known how to pitch time shift or whatever, pitch delay shifter. But I can turn it off, and this is what the guitar sounds like. So I pretty much layered on the notes of the chord that I was playing, and then it sounds like this now. Sounds really nice. It's this guitar. It's free. This one's free. So if you want to get it, it's a guitar VST. So that's the guitar, and then I put Quadravox on it. So that's how I made that sound. And then I chopped up a vocal. Hold on, I don't know where this vocal is from, but I just know it sounded cool. So there's this one. Yeah, I put reverb on it, kickstart. It's just someone like shouting, and then I put like delay, reverb, and kickstart. And then it just sounds like. So this part is supposed to be like really calm, just vibe to it. Uh, I kind of know it's repetitive, but I guess that's kind of the point of it, just to chill to it. And then drums. And then guitar again. Yeah, but that's that track. And then there's this, which is like a trumpet I added at the end. I don't know why I added it, but it sounded decent, I guess. But yeah, that's that track, I guess. If I could break this track down into one, like how it made it in one word, it's a lot of sampling. It's just pretty much sampling. So, yep, learn how to sample. Uh, I guess. But this one is supposed to be chill. Um, but yeah, that's locked in. Second track of the EP, I guess you'd call it. So we're gonna move on to the third one, which is Pocket, which is arguably, Pocket was my favorite one I made. But it's also like the weirdest. Um, I don't know. I'll explain. I'll say my mindset when I was making this. But yeah, this one's my favorite to make. It's loading right now. But yeah, people say like, cause the whole like what would you call it? Short EP thing was really calm, like all the songs, and this one is just like not calm, I guess. So this is the projects for Pocket. Oh yeah, excited a lot. But yeah, so let's start. So I called it, well, this I called it Pocket because I don't know, like I like I'm a drummer. And like drumming, there's something called pocket, which is like when you're really like going with the groove, like matching the other instruments, and like just pretty much just the consistent groove, and like adding more elements and stuff. And that's kind of what I did with this. Like there was a lot of drums in this, drum sampling as well in this track. And then that's what I was going with. Like this is the kind of song, like I don't know, I'll explain it. but the kind of like this track I kind of made because I don't know, like the vibe. Like you ever feel like you're, I don't know, it's just me, but like you ever feel like you're outside and like you hear like um random sounds like maybe a car passing by, like a bell or something, and then you start kind of like playing a beat or like in your head to like the the different sounds or just I don't know. That's what like I kind of I don't know what just happened outside, but that's what I kind of do. Like whenever I hear like a random sound outside or something, like I try to or something going in rhythm, I always try to like play it in my head. This is what kind of the it was. So the point of this track was like when I did it, I wanted to like make like a groove off like just things you hear outside or just random things, you know, like it's supposed to be throw you off kind of way, but I'll play it. Oh my god, my PC's dying right now. But yeah, I think it's great if I break into different parts. So the thought process for this track, really, like I said, um, I'll just break it down. So I started with this sample. Obviously, I chopped it up. Oh, not that part. And then so there's a sample of like a crowd, and then there's a sample of like kids playing, and it's really cool. I also put like effects on that just to kind of put in the background. And then I have like the drums going off here, which is like I love drums. Like I just love groups as a drummer. Like I don't know. I guess I'm biased, but just more drum kits going on. And then in this part, if I just isolate the drums, it just sounds like this, or there's just more elements coming in. I'm gonna mute out like the non drum parts, non percussive parts. So you have like this. What is this one? Yeah, this is not a drum. This is not a drum. But this is what it sounds like. Uh, my God. Yeah, it's just a lot of drums. Right. So that's that part, and then I added like some random like chants like it's just a guy just saying something, but it's really cool. And this guy is like, and it goes with the it kind of goes with the groove, and it's kind of what I was saying with the theme of this track. It's like just grooving with like everything going on. I don't know, like I don't know how to break it down, but that's what I did for this. So that's that part of the track, and then it switches to this part, which is like a more something you'd hear from me. So oh my yeah, my computer is dying right now. Hold on. Oh, I just remembered. I have a thing on it. I'm so stupid. But here. yeah, that's that part. So what I did was I don't know, like I wanted this track to just I wanted to just throw people off with this part. And it was like you go from like a drum heavy percussive heavy part with like just random stuff going on, and then you switch like this more kind of organized part of the song, which is like with like actual like melodies and stuff. So what I did with this part was simple. I have a respace with lots of distortion, and then I have this cool sound which it's on Serum, which I've made. It's pretty simple. It's not playing right now, but this is what it sounds like. And then I have a crowd chanting or clapping, not chanting. So it's like, and you have this guy in the back again. And I also put like kids like this. It's like a, yeah, but it's like, and I had this guy again. And then this, yeah. So it's like, and it's building up. Alright, keeps building up, and then it switches again. Yep. So that's that part of the track. But yeah, like I feel like I'm trying to like give a whole like explanation of like this song and like the breakdown and everything and like the meaning behind it. But there's not really that deep of a meaning behind it. At least what you want to take out of it. My interpretation of this song was that I wanted to make something that was like I said, like if you go outside and just hear random noises, you kind of want to groove with it. Like I don't know, just take those random noises outside and just make something with it. People talking, people in the back, someone saying or something random, even like kids playing or something like that. You could make like something cool and just grooving with it. But yeah, the what I'd say for this one track, I guess it subverts expectations or whatever. Another explanation of it was I was just like messing around when I made this track, so uh, pretty much deep analysis behind this track. Um, yeah, I was taking sounds and I guess outside sounds and making song with it, but a more simple analysis is I was just messing around and made this track. So take what you want to take, but I think this is my favorite track from the whole thing. But yeah, that's Pocket. It's also available. Go listen to it. Yeah, and then so I'm gonna move on to the last track, which is So Serious. That one was also one of my favorite ones that I made out of this. I think if I had to rank my favorite from the, well, I don't want to rank my own stuff because now nah, I'm not gonna rank it actually, because I don't think it's really I don't know how you feel. I mean, I feel like all like artists like and stuff like rank their stuff in their heads, but I don't want to rank my own stuff in front of people because like it kind of gives the perception of like, hey, I didn't put as much work into this as something else. So, I mean, I will say Pocket was my favorite one to make. But yeah, that one's interesting. Go listen to it. Yeah. So this is So Serious. Another one I really enjoyed making. It's really chill and it has like this one's kind of interesting. Because the kind of the meaning behind this one or like what I was trying with this, because you have to remember the whole EP or whatever was just me trying different things, and each track try something else. Burnout was me like trying to do like more cinematic something like a trailer or something to hype people up, just messing around with that. Locked In was like a lot of sampling and trying different sampling stuff and just making something chill, really chill, like just the normal stuff. Pocket was like messing around with like I guess the vibe and like taking different sounds and like making the like a good group out of just the most random sounds. And So Serious was more like just So Serious was just it's a more normal something normal I'd put out. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'd say. So the interesting about So Serious is I actually changed the tempo and halfway through the song. So you can see like the tempo here it starts with 150, but halfway through the song it goes to 78, uh 78 whatever BPM. So you'll kind of hear it, but let me see so it doesn't lag first. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off this. This is what it sounds like. I have this one pad playing, and then the reverse pad kind of comes in, and then I build a chord off that one note, and then another chord or another note. And then there's a complete switch in this part. Not complete switch, but you'll hear it. So for this part, so what I did was I'll just show you the pads that I used. They're all pretty much in labs, but it was guitar, harmonic, sustain, really cool sound. It's not playing right now, but and then the notes are these. So it's like, whoa, I don't know what just happened. But yeah, that's that. And then I have a bass come in, and then I have this pad which is also a reverse pluck, which sounds really cool. It's like reversing kind of. And then I have, so this sound, fun fact, is something I made originally. You might hear from another track, but I think for a while now I've just been working on putting my own sounds together, and this is one of them. So this is something I've made in the past, and I put it onto the track. You can see like Vex pad is 001, blah blah blah. And I think I have some effects on it actually. I have Quadrivox, and I have some EQing to cut out the lows. And then I have two versions of it. So I have this one, and then I have one that's a different note. So this one has been pitched to plus 900 cents, or I think that's tones as well, or I don't even remember. It's like 9 semitones up. So whatever note is 9 semitones up, D sharp is what this note is. But it's like, and it kind of harmonizes with this. So it's like, and then with the pad, everything together. And then I have a reverb which is on the master, which is something I've been doing lately, but I put a reverb on the whole master, and then I kind of drown it out with everything. So I turn it up slowly, and then it drowns out everything, kind of like. Right, and so this part is where I switch the tempo from, I pretty much have it. Yeah, it halves the tempo. Or I would say, yeah, it kind of has the tempo. So then the reverb cuts out, and then I bring this sample. So this one it's a sample. I don't know where I got it from, but it's like someone saying, hold on. So I'll turn the effects off, and this is what it sounds like by itself.
Are you so serious?
I stretched it out to match the tempo, so it sounds slowed down, but that's on purpose. And then I put some delay, reverb, and so fun thing as well is if you want like a Foreman shifter, so Foreman shifter versus pitch shifting. I prefer Foreman shifting because it sounds more natural. Whereas pitch shifting like just changes the tempo as well. Like I think with anything like, so imagine like if you turn a sample down like the pitch down, it slows down. If you turn the pitch up, it speeds up the sound. But with formant shifting, if you turn it down or turn it up, it doesn't affect the speed of it. So I prefer that, and it sounds more natural as well. So a good way to get a free way to get formant shifter is just to get auto pitch, which is also an auto tune plugin, but it has this feature here which I use a lot. But yeah, so that's formant shifting, and then some EQing to cut out some of the highs in it. And then so by itself it sounds like this, I guess.
Why are you so serious?
So then the whole thing, so this part is now like,
Why are you so serious? Why are you so serious? Why are you so serious? Why are you so serious?
yeah, so that's that part. So I kind of bring in the drums. I can break that down. It's pretty simple. It's just four kicks or three kicks just playing nonstop. And I also added a hi-hat to the kick so that it sounds like a little to it. So it's like, and I have a snare, which is pretty simple with quadravox on it. And then I have this sound, which I use a lot. It's pretty simple, but I did this. Really cool sound. And then towards the end of the song, you get like, so just to break some more things down, this is a thing. It's a sample of someone just humming, which I cut and then put it in. And then okay, another cool thing, which I really enjoyed actually adding to this track was this bass. I don't know why, but I noticed that if you put like an effect or like, so normally the bass sounds pretty straight, like hold on. By itself it sounds like this. 1 second. It just sounds really monotone just playing. I don't know if you can hear the bass, depending on what you're using to listen to this stream. But with headphones or earbuds, you can kind of hear the bass at least. But pretty much I added saturation, and then the cool thing is I added like a kickstart, like an LFO to it, so it kind of rises and drops, kind of to create tension. Which I kind of stumbled on it by accident, but I noticed like it added like a really cool effect to it. So like, so cool. It's a really cool effect which I enjoyed using. But yeah, that's the breakdown of So Serious. Also, do you guys have any questions about like any of it? Because I'm gonna go to another track after this, and then we should be done with the stream to break it down. But yeah, any questions about any of the other three or this one or just anything in general? If you guys have any questions, if you don't, I can just move on. But yeah, that's a test run. It's really short. I'll be putting out more stuff. I have stuff I'm working on, which should be coming out sooner or later. So this isn't it. Like, this is something I just had on the side and just put it out. Just messing around with stuff. Yeah. So test run. It's a test run, just trying different things. Burnout, Locked In, Pocket, and So Serious. I'm gonna give it like 15 seconds for any more questions, and then I'll switch the project. But yeah, I'll just start now, I guess. So I'll show Firefly. Oh, also, how long it took me to make all these projects. So I can kind of break down like the timeline. So Burnout, I started like in March, and it was a short project, and I finished it in May. Um, same as uh, same as Locked In. Locked In, I started like in February. I started on stream, and then I kind of put it away for a while, and I came back to it in May. Um, let's see. Pocket, I actually made in like May. I made it in like 2 days. Because they're not really that long. And then So Serious, let's see, I started it back in February as well, and then I kind of put it away and just came back to it. So that's kind of the story behind these 4 tracks. So if you want to listen to them, they're everywhere, I guess, SoundCloud, Spotify, whatever, YouTube. But yeah, it seems like no questions, so I'm just gonna move on to Firefly. If I can find that real quick, that would be nice. So yeah, Firefly. Uh, that track took me a minute to finish. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Cause it was, I think it's one of I would say like personally, I love listening to the track. And I feel like it's a track that took a lot of work to finish. Took me a lot of time to like just go through different things. Um, but yeah, it's gonna show you the project real soon. So I know for this is Firefly, by the way, with Anya, and I started it back in January, and I only put it out in May. So, and I was working on it in between like those months. It wasn't like I put it away and like I didn't touch it for when I came back to it. This was something I had like in progress for a minute. So I'm glad that it came out. Not an easy track to finish, but yeah. So hold on. So this is the track. Or I guess you probably heard it already. Um, but yeah. Oh my, it's already lagging. Let's go. Love to see it. Uh, but yeah. It should. I don't know if it's low on the stream. So I'll just break everything down. I think it's something. I think if I play the whole thing right now, my computer will try to act up. And I don't know how pull out the volume is on the stream, but I just break down everything. So this project I started with this. It's this sample. It's a sample from Grey's Anatomy, the ending, which I sampled it and I put it. So it sounds like this. Thing. Okay, how do I break this down? So this is a pretty big project. So I don't know how to break this down. Which I'll just do by section. So section by section. I have this sound. 1 second. Okay, my computer's acting up. Yeah, this one is louder, but because I have a so okay, I think one volume booster should be enough. So I pretty much okay. The reason I'm having issues right now is because when I produce them myself, I don't have like because there's not much CPU. But when I'm streaming, there's extra CPU that's being used, and Ozone 9, in which I used to boost the volume of tracks before I master them. Um, takes some CPU, and that CPU kind of clashes with it when I'm streaming. But I'll just break it down. So the intro was pretty chill. Like I said, the show Grey's Anatomy. I heard the ending of the show, like the ending song of it, and I sampled that, which sounded really cool to me. So it's like, it's a long story, but I ended up sampling something like this. So then I started that track with this, and I had this. So I started with like the. right? And then I added like a piano. So in this part of the intro, there's this. Yeah, that's that. And then there's Anya's vocals, which is like, and then so that's this part. So it sounds like it starts like this. Right. And then I have this sound as well, which is like, right. So that's the intro. So the intro, to break it down really, it's just this bell sound going on, some automation, a piano, her vocals, and then some sweeps. So then it comes to the main part of the song, which is where it really starts. And it's just her singing. And I'll just kind of play some part of it, so, and I'll just break out the rest. So.
You'll never see me, but I'll always stay, haunting the moments when you lay awake.
Right. So in this part, what I did for this part is I pretty much had this going again, and then I had a bass. Right, and then her vocals,
But I'll always stay.
and then downlifter or whatever. So the cool thing, so this one, it's really cool, but I've noticed something I've been doing for years now. But if you have like a sound, like a background sound or whatever playing in the back, just playing one note consistently, it just makes it sound much better. I don't know why, but it just works. Like I can play this like let's say for example you're playing the drums and the bell by itself. So I'll just take this out. But if you have like this thing in the back, it's like this now. And then with the bass, yeah, this project is so, man, I really enjoyed making this project. Like a lot of work went into this. But this part sounds like with her vocals, or without her vocals actually, it just sounds like this. So you kind of see or hear in this part, I bring in a bell. So all right, it's a simple bell, and I kind of brought like the progression down, and so this part. So after she sings, so I'll just play with the vocals. I hope it doesn't lag.
I know the person that you always blame.
Here we go. Anyways, so now you have this part. So it's like, so for this part, it's supposed to be like a rest before like the chorus comes in, after she sings. And so this part, I take the sample and then I bring it down, which also sounds really cool. And I took this sample, it's like someone humming whatever, and then I put more effects on it. I think originally it sounds like this actually. One second, let me see. So without all the effects, it sounds like this. Yeah, it sounds horrifying. But with this, it sounds much better. It's like, So that's that kind of rest part. And then this is where the chorus comes in, and where she sings a little louder. So for the chorus, I kind of kept it simple. I don't want to do like any like fancy switches or anything like that. Just keep it going. So I'll play this. So this is the main sound, or like kind of the main, you could call it, lead of the chorus, which is pretty simple. It's kind of like a horn, which I got from Flex. It's a free what's it called, plugin in FL Studio. But this is like the main melody of the chorus. So together with everything else, it sounds like this, or the non singing sounds like this. And so with her vocals, I think it's gonna lag, but let's go for it.
Keep on wishing, keep on missing, keep on trying, keep on lying.
Right, and so that's kind of the chorus idea. And then you kind of get to another break in the track, which is really simple as well. It's this. I'll just play this part. So it's like two bells going on at the same time. There's a lot of elements going on, so I can just break it down. So you have this bell. By itself, it sounds like it doesn't fit with the song, but if you match it with other elements, it sounds really cool. Like, and you have this one. This is a piano playing the same melody, so I can show you the melody as well. This is the melody it's playing. So it's like that. So with the bell, and then with this piano, it's going like this. That's that part. And then so the next part is her singing again. And it's not, I'm not gonna show that part because it's really just the same elements going on again. Yeah, according to my melody, yeah. I like that. I like adding it. Usually with the piano, I feel like it adds more depth to the melodies, I think. I use it sometimes, but it sounds really cool when it's like that as well. So this part is just her singing again with the same elements. I'm not gonna really show that because I don't want my computer to lag again. But so this part, so it switches from her singing to the chorus, second chorus again, which is just. And it's kind of the same thing as well. But the difference is this sound is not different. It's going up now. Right, and then this part, which I made the second part of the chorus, is there's so much going on here. So for the first, what I did for this part, I'll just start with the drums. So you have this playing, Oops. So one thing about her, the vocals file she sent me was that before she started the song, it was like this cool thing, right? That's before she sings. So I pretty much sampled that and I put it in the song as a kind of an element to it, so you can kind of hear it when it comes in. So right, so that's cool. And then you have the bass. I'll bring in the bass, so it's like right, and then what is this? The bell again? Yeah, it's the bell again. Um, 1 second. So in this one, so in this part, I bring you know, remember the melody? I took the melody with the bells. I added a saxophone actually to the song. And then I put the same melody over the saxophone, so it sounds like this now. It sounds trash by itself, but when you play with the other parts of the song, it sounds cool. Like, all right, and then you have her saying, there's the part of the song where she's like saying, like, keep on trying. So I took that part, chopped it up, and then I put effects on it so it sounded distorted while I was playing it, so it would sound like this now. uh yeah, that's saxophone. Where is it again? It's this is a free saxophone. Iowa alto sax. But what effect did I even put on this one? Yeah, I just put reverb and EQing on it, so it's not like that drastic from what it sounds like originally. But I've used it like a few times in tracks. It's really cool. It sounds interesting by itself. But yeah, that's, and then you kind of go to the end, which is my computer is not having it today. But yeah, that's I can kind of go from start to finish. Like, okay, so my mindset with this track was make a 3/4 track that's chill, and then I pretty much started with just this sample. I put the drums on it, and I knew like I had something that I could work with. And so from there I kind of added different elements. This song has gone through like I think one revision where I just took everything down and just started afresh. And then there was at a point where like I knew I wanted someone to sing on it, and I hit up Anya again because we did the Greener Days together, and I feel like it would be a perfect track, which it was. And then over time I just added more and more like smaller details. Like there's this melody, this thing, this thing, this thing. It's a lot of things that I just kind of add over time, and over time the track kind of gets more complete, and then her vocals kind of seal the deal, and then this saxophone as well. More like just adding things over time. But if I started this track, when I started it, I just pretty much had drums and this, and you can kind of build a whole track just off that and having an idea in your head. But yeah, that's Firefly. That's, I think I put it out in May, so it's been out for like a minute now. But yeah, that's Firefly. Uh, Also, updates. So I said I've been working on well, I have like a small sample pack of my own sounds. It's something I'm still adding to. Um, and my plan with it was it because if you've been following me on Twitter, you know my Twitter is very interesting. But if you follow me on Twitter, you know that sometimes like I post I was trying to do this thing where like 30 days I post like things like a track I've been working on or just a project, and then like 30 days. So pretty much. So what I've been doing is I've been going back to all those like 30 different tracks or projects and taking different sounds that I made in them and adding them to my own sample pack. So different pads. Because I'm the kind of person like if you know if you just watch me produce, a lot of my own sounds are for me sampling stuff or just making my own stuff, and it's usually very like pads and like just it's not really like percussion. Because I don't feel like making my own percussion. Like if I can find a good sample, I can find a good sample. Um, but if I do release a sample pack, it's gonna be free. It's gonna be just what you hear from me, I guess. It's gonna be very like synth and pad heavy. So I'm still in the process of making that. For producers, I'll just give it away. I don't really mind. Well, and it's not gonna like come soon, because I'm still like doing stuff and all that. But yeah, in the near future, just look out. Probably post it when I do ever finish that, finish 30 days. Uh, yeah, and then for streaming wise, I don't think I'm gonna be streaming that much this summer. I kind of just wanna spend the time just working on stuff, behind the scene, just uh brush up on things, learn new tricks and stuff. So it's not gonna be a lot of producing for me this summer. Hopefully, maybe in the fall. That's when I might. It's weird I'm saying that, but I might get more time in the fall when I'm in school. I guess. That's when I guess I have a more consistent schedule. But right now, I'm just gonna be kind of chilling. You'll probably see a release from me. Just listen to that. But yeah, that's streaming schedule. Tracks. I have stuff I'm working on, so hopefully in the next month, July, you'll hear tracks from me. But yeah, that's it, I guess. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat right now so I can just answer anything about the track, anything in general, and then yeah, I'll just probably just end the stream. I'll also end the stream playing Firefly so you can kind of hear what it sounds like actually when it's not lagging and it's actually mastered by me. So yeah, any final questions? Going once, going twice, blah blah blah. If not, yeah, that Grey's Anatomy sample, bro. I'm telling you, like, it's a funny story. Like, I was, cause I remember my family used to watch that show, kind of, and when I was like 7 or like 8 or like 9, I forgot how old I was, and I always remember like that show would always like play at night, and I would be like, you know, like when you're a kid, you're like really sleepy, like at like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, you sleep really early, but I always remember that song always playing, almost every day. And then it wasn't until like one time I heard it again, the ending of it, and I was like, yo, this sounds really cool. And I remember like I was like doing homework, and then I was like, bruh, because when I do homework, I listen to like a lot of music. I just blast music in my headphones. So it was a lot of music, a lot of homework, and then I found the song again, and I was like, yo, this sounds really good. So I literally like looped the song so many times like that night because I was just doing homework nonstop, and then at that point, the song kind of got stuck in my head, at least that main part with the bell. So I was like, yeah, this sounds really cool. I could make something off it. So I just sampled that, added some effects, and then lo and behold, this whole track came together from that. Uh, but yeah, that's my process, I guess, of making this track. Uh, there's projects that I start. Uh, there's projects that you start and then you kind of forget about it and you start again, kind of like test run, and then there's projects like you just work on over time, like this one, and there's projects that you just like make in 1 or 2 days and you're done with it, like some of my other ones. But the ones that like you work on over time and you actually finish, those are like the most rewarding. Like this one, I feel good about finishing this because it took me a minute to just do everything. But yeah, That's my whole like TED talk about everything. I guess I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys for showing up. I don't know when the next stream is gonna be, but it was a fun time streaming again and just talking to myself again. Thank you for all who showed up. Have a great day, great night. Go get that bread or whatever. Wear your masks. I don't know, man. Just do you. But thank you for showing up. Yeah, I'll play Firefly to end the stream. Take care, y'all.